I like the album. Been listening to it on repeat, and it's got a really sort of epic quality. There is like you said, there's some really introspective tracks, and there's some moments of kind of quiet, but then there's moments of like almost orchestral, epic awesomeness. Is that part of the anger element, the fighting back, or do you think that goes to more the hope that things can change?
No, I've written no hope into it whatsoever.
Brilliant.
No, no. So it's all, when it's loud and angry, it's just loud and angry.
Yeah.
And it's just that, that's threatening and fighting back and warning and so on. There is, as far as the album itself is concerned, I don't think there's a single shred of optimism in there. It's not really meant to be. It's not really meant to come up with any kind of conclusion as to whether there is hope at the end of this or not. It's simply just the Earth having a rant.
Yeah.
It's like an interview with the planet. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? And it runs the gamut of emotions from being a little bit disappointed about that, and I'm really fucking angry about that. It's that's really what it's doing. But it doesn't at any point say, how do you think it's going to go at the end of all this? It doesn't ask that question. It just says, how do you feel?
So we're just going to wrap up. Have you got anything that you want to say to your fans? Anything you want to pass on? Could be environmental.
Oh God, no. Hypocrite. That's the truth of that. Is one of the problems about sticking your head sort of over the parapet, so to speak, and talking about climate change, is immediately everyone sort of says, "Well, have you got an electric car? Do you recycle? Are you going to fly on an airliner?" And I said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah, I am going to fly on an airliner. Yeah, I do have an electric car actually, but I've also got one that isn't, and I'm not very good at recycling, but I do my best, but I don't really do it very well." And they sort of shoot you down. Everyone's sort of waiting to go, "You're not real. You're not real. You don't stand by that." Fuck with that, really. Yeah, I am going to get an airplane. I am going to fly to Britain, and I'm going to talk about climate change probably when I get there. And if I've destroyed the planet in the process, well, as soon as they invent an electric plane, I'll be the first one on it. But we live in the world we live in. We're trying to change it as best we can and help in the best way that we can. And that doesn't mean that you're only allowed to sail between England and America for the rest of our lives. That's just unrealistic. We have to have some degree of, living with the devil we know before we can, be in a position to actually change it. And this thing I'm talking about, this voice, this trying to keep this conversation going, is sort of diluted and weakened, that it fragments itself. If you start trying to say, well, you're not environmental enough and you should be doing this and that. I think if we're all saying the right things and we're all trying to create a bigger change at a much, much bigger level, on my bloody carbon footprint between Britain and here, I sort of think we're missing the point a little bit by picking up on that sort of stuff. I understand it, and I understand. You have it with animal rights. My wife is massively involved with animal rights, and it's almost impossible to speak out on behalf of animals without some animal rights dickhead saying, "Oh, but you didn't do that," and do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, really? I am not a perfect environmentalist. I'm not even an environmentalist. I just have thoughts and feelings about what's going on at the moment, and I would like to see it different. But if you want to start tearing me down because my credentials are not good enough, you're going to have a really easy job. Because I think my credentials suck, probably, as far as being, overtly green and all of that. We're all learning, all of us, and we're all doing what we can, and we'd all like to do better. I'm still not a vegetarian, but I'm trying. I'm eating less and less meat as I find other things that I can replace it with. But no, I'm not a full-on vegetarian. So if I speak about animal rights, I get slaughtered every time because I'm not a vegetarian. Who the fuck are you? And so you just think, I just got to ignore that, and I'm going to carry on doing the best I can, and and I'll do my best to eat less meat I do my best to be as green as I can, but I'm never going to be as green as you want me to be, because I'm not absolutely perfect. But I'm just going to ignore you, because what I'm actually trying to do and what I'm talking about is a good thing, and it is for the ultimate good of everybody, and I just want to add my voice to that argument. And I think the more people that do that, then the better it will be. And all these other little holier than thou, whiter than white type fucking arseholes can, or greener than green, should I say? You know, brilliant. You know, if you are really that green, then fantastic. Full respect for you, but you know, we're all on different parts of that same journey. We're not all. A lot of us are on different parts of that journey, and we're just trying to do the best we can, and we all hopefully will get better. But what we really need to change is not how many of us fly on airliners. It's what countries in general are doing, as far as emissions are concerned. That's where the real change is going to come. And all we can really do is sort of make token gestures towards that for the way we live our lives. And I know it helps, but the real change is not that.
Awesome. Right. Well, thank you very much. Have a wonderful, I don't know, it's evening here. It's probably afternoon for you. And thank you for your time. Thank you very much. Take care.
Nice.
Bye-bye.
See you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.